I grew up in a time where I get emotional when I think about it. I saw the signs where they said white only water fountain. I wanted to drink water. You can't drink out that one, baby. That's for the white people. So I grew up at the very end of that time. Anybody of color, that includes the Asians and the Spaniards, anybody of color was considered Negro. Okay? And then as we graduated into our pride, then we started saying, I'm black and I'm proud. And then we started saying, I'm just proud to be who I am. But I'm just saying that to say this. We can be here because we were there. And even though we're in the mid-Atlantic, we're still considered the South. Okay? So, growing up in that era, and my wife, she can't comprehend why when I see the people marching for civil rights, getting the water hose sprayed on them and the dog sick on the shoe. I can't understand why I get upset about it. It still bothers me that the people had to go through that just to get equal rights. With education now, we got the HBCUs, black universities. Everybody's getting educated now, because at one time, I remember when the policeman, Miss V, Church Street, North State Homecoming, the policemen would ride with their motorcycles and would roll over your feet if your feet was in the street. They, remember Miss V, they come back, loud motorcycles, you had to pull your feet back because the parade was coming in the street. So seeing all of that and looking at what we're going through now, and you know, when you think about the history, you see, y'all growing up in an age where this gonna be y'all's history. But see, I grew up in the age, and Miss V and I grew up in the age where we saw where we came from to get to where we are right now. And because Martin Luther King marched, it's the reason why I can have my martial arts studio in this shop or something. Because there's the one time when we would go downtown, Miss V, we would go downtown to W.T. Grant's. And when we went in off of Monticello Avenue, it was the food counter. We ordered our food, and once the food came up, we had to go downstairs and eat at a little kiddie table. We couldn't eat at the counter, at the lunch counter, because that was for white people. So I grew up through all of that. I lived it, and it took me a long time for me to figure out why we can't just eat at the same counter. My mom said, grab me by the hand, don't ask no questions, boy. But I love going to that place, you know why? When we went downstairs, remember that? When we go downstairs in Grants, the toy department was right there. I get to eat my food and play with some toys. But at that time, I didn't know that segregation was so hard. Because when you're in the middle of a mess, you don't know you're in the mess until you get out of it. And you look back and go, dang on, I lived through that. You understand? Yes, sir. And Miss Gail, when I was talking to you, we had a conversation. Miss Gail said she didn't deal with that in the North. She was in Philadelphia, right?
Yes, sir.
They didn't deal with it. And you know what? Philadelphia was where Harriet Tubman was trying to get our people to go to. Go north. Follow the North Star. It's never been great for us, people of color. It was always great for them. So as we grow and we get more educated and we learn our rights, because it was a time where a policeman would pull up on a black man and say, what you doing? Where you going? For no reason. And if your reason wasn't good enough, they're going to take you to jail for no reason. But by the time they put you in the car and got you downtown, they had a reason. Oh, he was loitering. I'm walking from point A to point B. How can I be loitering? I'm in traveling mode. As a teenager, in middle school, I'm walking through a white neighborhood, Larchmont, over there by Northampton Boulevard. Me and one of my other friends, Michael Jackson. We walking through there, we get stopped by the police. What y'all doing in this neighborhood? Y'all ain't got to be out here. Some white person probably saw us out the window thinking, it's two black guys, two black kids out here, and they look up to no good. All we was doing, I was trying to go see my girlfriend. My girlfriend lived in Camp Elmore. So I was like, man, let's go. I'm gonna go see Sandy. He's like, all right, man, I'll go with you. We walk through the white neighborhood. We get pulled over and ask for our ID. We ain't had no ID at 14, 15, 16 years old. We ain't had no ID. So then, you know, after they look at us and then pat us down You know how humiliating it is? Man, put your hands on the car, keep your feet out, and they pat us down for weapons. That was one of the worst feelings in the world. And I was like, why did they do that? And I went home and told my mama. My mom, I said, yeah, we got stopped by the police. What was you doing? Nothing. And then my mom said, hey, boy, just watch yourself when you're out there in the streets. The streets are not friendly, especially the police. You can get more help from the people in the hood than you can from the police. So, by growing up on 35th Street, that was the roughest part of town at that point. And we be in the studio training, and we hear gunshots, pow, 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 pow. Across the street was a bar, somebody shooting at each other. We dropped down to the floor. Wait about a couple minutes, somebody crawl over to the door and go, okay, it's gone. All right, start all over. We're going down the floor, doing our drills. But it's shooting outside. That's the environment that 31st Street Karate was in. Your daddy was there. Your daddy was right there with us. The craziness. So that's why I'm saying all that to say this. That's why I open on Martin Luther King. Everybody say, you should be closed. No, I open in honor of Martin Luther King, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have the rights that we got right now, because people like him, my mom and my dad, whenever they had civil rights gatherings and marches, they were there. My dad went because he liked just being in the element of people, because he just like to be in the element. Or we have a good time. They locking arms, they marching. My mom was there because she was a kind of a celebrity. Like I was just telling Miss Lisa, she won. You remember Seaview Beach? She won the Miss Seaview Beach beauty contest like 3 years in a row. And they were like, it's rigged because she keep winning. My mom was pretty than everybody else that day. But again, even talking about Seaview Beach, that was the beach for us. That was the beach for us, people of color. And then the other beach was City Beach. That was a beach for us. Like right now, the way we go down Virginia Beach and cut up on the ocean front, we were not allowed to be down on that ocean front unless we worked down there. We couldn't go down on the beach and lay out, take our shirt off, and play in the sand. People of color were not allowed. So as you grow up and you get older and you start understanding, you go, man, they judge me by my color of my skin. Martin Luther King, one of his speeches, don't judge me by the color of my skin, but the content of my character. So that's why I'd say, carry yourself in a positive manner. Positive manner. It's in our student creed. So in order for us to be even, we have to be 2 steps ahead. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because the system is stacked for us to be kind of held back and just even, we're never really going to be way out there. But, so you got to beat them with being smarter, being first, being wiser, and don't be out there and doing nothing stupid. Because all they take is for one of us to mess up, and they're going to classify them people, those people. When we go somewhere, and I say, hey, y'all represent me. Y'all represent your parents. Y'all represent your culture. So when somebody see you and they go, and you messing up, they say, see, I told you. That whole group of people crazy. All of them. All of us. But see, we have to be superior physically. Look, everything that we were held out of for a long time. Tennis was the game for the Caucasian man. And then they let Arthur Ashe in there, which was a black man, and he ended up winning everything. And then the Williams sisters came along and they flipped it upside down and they won everything. And then the golf game would let us in. Tiger Woods went in there and flipped it upside down. Then in the Olympics in 1935, I think, 34, 35, 36, I can't, Jesse Owens, black man, he won the gold medal over all everybody. In order for us to be even, we have to be superior. Sometimes you're going to find obstacles and people are going to try to hold you back because of the color of your skin. They can hold you back for that, but they can't hold you back for your smarts, your knowledge. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Learn all you can, be the best you can be. And in honor of Martin Luther King, that's why we're here. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the history. We must know what we know. The truth shall set you free. Don't necessarily mean that. The truth will give you power. If you got knowledge and don't put it in action, okay, let's look at the library, y'all. Myra Obendorf Library right down on Virginia Beach Boulevard. That's a library. It's got all that knowledge in there, everything from around the world that everybody's ever dreamed up and thought about and writing a book about. It's just sitting there. But until you take that knowledge and put it in action, it's just knowledge. So, knowledge in action is power. That's what I was trying to come to. Knowledge in action is power. Just knowledge by itself is just knowledge. It's just sitting in your head. So you got to take that knowledge. Whatever you might want to be a doctor, you might want to be an astronaut, you might want to be a firefighter. Whatever knowledge you choose, the path that you choose in life, you got to take that knowledge and put it in action in order for it to be power. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm tired of being philosophical. Stand up.